We're live.
And we are
go.
live. There we are.
Ta-da.
There it is. No countdown. No nothing.
Thank you for
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Yo, 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 yo. What
Yo,
up? Smile. We're not here for all these smiles, but we're not here for the sadness either. Welcome on into the Put in the Book show. This is our second spring training episode. Obviously, we've got some news that we've just discovered overnight. However, we'll get to that. I am Steve. I got my friend Keith right on over there. I can't reach all the way into your ear. Sir?
What? I can't hear now.
What?
Schmo. What's going
okay?
on, folks? No, I'll be better. I'll be all right. It's going to take me some time, but I'll heal. A lot quicker than Diaz's knee.
Oh, man.
already with the cheap shots. You're like Jimmy Kimmel when somebody dies.
Oof. Jimmy Kimmel. Look at the. All right. Rodriguez. What's going on, sir?
I don't know. I'm just trying to fix my chair here. I'm just on the show. It says, "Hey, start the show." Whatever.
Speaking of chair, did you see the chair they brought on the field last night in Puerto Rico Dominican game?
Oh my God! No.
It was actually at Marlins Stadium. Thank you, Marlins. I know you did this somehow, some way. You put some gum or something on his shoe and did this to him.
Yeah.
Stupid Marlins.
Tell him, Joe.
Well, Joe, what do you know? How's it going? How's it hanging? No closet for you today? Back behind the wall? How's it going?
Be back in the wall. I put these little holes here just so he gets some light, but he deserves to be in the dark. Let's go.
He's trying to get out.
He's not getting out.
We're like low energy today. Is it Diaz? Is it the Diaz thing? I feel like we're just low energy. Usually we come out a little more fired up.
Emotional damage.
I
It's
do
Joe's
have
fault.
some emotional damage. Did
Let's
you hear
go
they had
ahead.
to immediately amputate Diaz's leg?
Yes.
They put it back though, and then when they put it back, they realized that he tore a tendon in his knee.
Be the first amputee to get a major league save of the leg. I don't know if Abbott has a
Wow.
major league save. Let's go ahead and start the show. Let's do it. Bam! Let's do it.
Unbelievable.
Let's start the show.
We started
Oh,
this.
wait. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, we're like a hot mess today.
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking. All right. That went smoothly.
I didn't see that video at all. You guys saw it? I think I'm having an issue with my feed on my side.
Your feed.
Yeah.
Get your feed straight. All right. Let's jump right into it. Let's tear the Band-Aid right.
Wow. What is that going on here? Did he just have like a seizure in the back or something? Hey.
Wow.
Dude.
You better check on him. There's
plenty of it.
oxygen he needs, and all right. Let's go ahead. Let's rip this Band-Aid off, guys. Let's get right to it. We've had a chance to talk in our chat, curse and scream and shout.
There it is.
Yep.
Gonna go like Austin, and he's gonna hit that button. I'm telling you.
That's like the what chance of Stone Cold. By the way, Stone Cold, it's Austin 316 Day. Congratulations. Happy Austin 316 Day.
Thank you.
I'm wearing I got the
That's
St.
What?
Patty's.
in trouble.
Exactly. St. Patty's Day Mets shirt. I got the Jameson flowing here.
What?
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
That's good. Good stuff. All right. So Rodriguez, want to start with you because you and I were kind of watching. I don't know if Keith was, but not chatting. Producer Joe was jumping up and down like a pogo stick, and so you and I realized it or talked about it immediately because we were watching it, and another dominating performance by Edwin Diaz, and then you just don't expect it. It brought me back to that Angels dude who jumped on home plate all those years back and broke his entire leg. The guy from the Angels, I can't remember his name, but that's what it brought me back to. So you talk me through it here. What was going through your mind here from the dominance of Puerto Rico moving on in the World Baseball Classic? Congratulations, Lindor with an inside the park home run.
Dude,
so go for it. Emotional stuff.
As a Puerto Rican, I was extremely happy. Very proud to beat the Dominicans because we love to shut them up. But if there's a Dominican on here, too bad you lost. Okay? Suck it. However, it stunk because I guess their bad juju rubbed off on Edwin Diaz because, dude, he strikes the guy out. Everybody's happy. Everybody's cheering. Next thing you know, they're panning and Lindor's like kneeling on the ground like he's going to cry. His little brother's crying. And there's like tons of Puerto Ricans around him. I mean, these morons hurt him. How could they hurt him? How could they hurt such a fragile, beautiful creature? They should have left him alone like a wild stallion to roam the field. Don't jump on Edwin Diaz. What's wrong with you guys? You screwed up our season. The Mets season sucks now. It's going to be exponentially harder because we're going to have to get somebody like a Zack Britton. I don't want a Zack on my team. Zack, it sounds like I'm watching television in the 70s. Zack, I don't want to hear this guy. We lost the best closer in baseball, guys. Okay, that's a little doom and gloom. We'll make it up. I'm being a positive Met for this 2 seconds. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm done. Farace.
And that player, Farace, was on the California Angels. His name was Bobby Valentine in 1973.
No, well, maybe that also. But
I don't know. That's what Google
more
said. I
recent
could be
one.
wrong.
It was like 2009 or 2010.
Hey, check it out.
Hey, Frank, Anthony, Diana, welcome in.
The Braves lost to Acuna last year, and guess what? And they still beat us.
Here's the one that likens to this situation the most. We'll all remember, we're not fans of this team, but in 1996, 95, or whenever it was, Mariano Rivera or was shagging fly, or 2005, whenever the hell that was shagging fly balls, tore his ACL. The Yankees went on to win 95 games that year. He was done for the year. Now, obviously, I'm not comparing the two career-wise, but I'm just saying they lost an elite closer, the best in the business at the time. We lost the best in the business at this time. We got to move forward and see what this pen can give us. It sucks big time. But Keith, go ahead with your thoughts, man.
First, I was wondering whose fly balls was Mariano shagging. Number two,
they were flying all over the place. He was in center field. I don't know.
Like over here, like office.
Hey, Susan.
I mean, it really sucks. I think we are looking at losing maybe over 5 wins or somewhere in that ballpark just by not having him in there. And in our division where it's very tight, that's a lot of games. We do have a really solid core of receivers. I'm thinking about football relievers. And we can have a close by committee situation. Ottavino, I'm imagining, is probably going to be somewhere up there with that sinker of his, and but it's going to be tough. We just lost the best closer in baseball last year, like everybody said, you guys said, and everybody will continue saying. And I think it's going to really make this season tough. We have a really good team. we can still do something, put something together. But it's going to be tough in our division. It's really tight. So I'm a little worried, to be honest. So
Yeah. Terzo says he's been on the warpath all day. My wife told me to cool off. Hope you do that for the sake of your blood pressure. And producer Joe, what you want to chime in on your feelings here? I know they're quite strong. I want to give you a chance to speak to that.
Well, okay. I've had time to cool off. I just
Okay. You and Terzio cooling off together.
I've had
Alexa, stop.
I've had my thank you. She didn't hear you because I have my AirPods in. Alexa, stop.
That was great.
Yeah, no, I've been very vocally opposed to the WBC ever since David Wright got hurt. Literally, there's not one thing I've liked about it. I've been the biggest opponent of it. I've been in the camp of why isn't it November? What it's all about money. I mean, I get it. The players love it. I get it that the fans, the excitement, the buzz, but just right before the season, okay, well, they get hurt in spring. Well, celebrations don't happen after spring games. They certainly aren't playing as hard as they are in spring games. They're playing with a sense of national pride. They're playing with a sense of competitive fun that they don't have in spring games. And I don't begrudge the players that. I just it's just really ill-conceived to have it right before the season because of this. And it's just very upsetting again. And it's going to just never, ever be a good thing to me to happen in March. So that's all. I can't ever accept it the way it's formatted, and it's got to change. And I understand that the way it's structured is because of contracts, and you can't do it in November with free agency, and you can't do it until everything is settled over the winter meetings. And I get that's why it happens the way it does, but again, that goes back to money and F you, man.
Well,
figure it out, guys, because
Can I-
this
you know what I
think it
sucks
is?
again.
I think it's more. I think you're right on there with the November deal. I don't think it should have anything to do with the free agency. Now the players can decide on their own if, hey, I'm a free agent and don't want to risk it. They should be thinking the same thing if they're a free agent as if they're under contract with a team, because you're still screwing that team over. But in the interest of the World Baseball Classic, why not stop the some of the winter ball stuff every 4 years and just have the World Baseball Classic take over the winter ball time frame where
There
they're
won't be a
all
special. Can I just chime in?
Yeah.
I agree with everything you guys are saying, especially you, Joe. What you just described, spot on. I think two things. One, if I'm an owner and I just committed all this money to a relief pitcher or any player for that matter, I'm really upset right now. I know they're going to be PC about it, but I'm really upset. That's number one. The second thing is, I truly think that bringing in all these major league players at this point, I think it's stupid. I think the World Baseball Classic, if I'm an owner, I want to start working with the Players Association and whomever else to put clauses surrounding the World Baseball Classic. And number two, I would really like to see the top amateur players in baseball play in these leagues for each country. Top college players, top AAA players, AA players, or because our top second tier players, which would be college, AAA, AA, right, can compete with any team in the world that doesn't have Major League Baseball players on it. And I think it would give a chance to spotlight these kids, and it would be a lot of fun to watch, and it would give a lot less stress to fans and owners. I mean, you commit a lot of money to these players, and to go out there and get hurt in a game that means nothing to the Major League Baseball and the Mets, I think is ridiculous.
Yeah,
I've
that's a
said it
great
before.
idea. But you know how many people watched the Futures game the day before the home run derby?
I don't care.
No, nobody. You know,
Yeah,
Somebody's
and
got to
that's
care.
why, and that's
Ratings,
why they
tumbleweed.
want the star power in the WBC, because that's what's bringing the people to the stadiums. That's
but
what's
I'll tell
why.
you what, I know
That's what's making
nothing
you
about.
guys. Have all three of you watched any of these games in the WBC?
No,
Yeah.
not
Yes.
completely.
I,
I haven't.
I mean, okay, but I mean, I
I
haven't
don't support it.
turned on a single game yet.
I watch highlights.
I am boycotting it, but that's me personally.
I'm with you,
You
Joe. Me
know,
too.
I hate it like poison, and
Me
you
too.
know, but that's not everybody. There are people who put it on because they want to see their players, you know, and they want to see their, you know,
So, but
their
to your
national team, you know,
No, but I was
but it's the
watching
star
Venezuela
power.
versus
It's the
Puerto
star
Rico.
power.
Yeah.
But it was for the stars on the teams. No, I mean, you were looking to see the stars that you knew. You weren't looking to see the kids, the the prospects and the rookies. That's the point, and that's why they're doing it the way they do it. And
Money.
yeah, thank you. It all comes back to it. Every conversation leads back to the money, and
but it's true. I mean, you invest a lot of money in something. It's like if you buy a $1 million jet, are you gonna just let any old pilot just jump in there, or let it
no,
fly
I
over a war
understand, but
zone,
I
or
understand, and I was agreeing with your proposal until you said, let's have a game where we did get all the prospects and the kids out there,
well,
and
if
it's like, well, that's a good idea, but it's about money, and that's not a money earner. You know what I mean?
I get you, but let's look at okay, different sport, right? But you have the World Cup. I know nothing about soccer players. I know that soccer the game. I actually enjoy soccer the game, watching and everything else. But I would never turn on a soccer game. I'm just not a fan. I enjoy watching the World Cup. Know how I learned about those players? Watching the World Cup. I have no idea who was on Team USA until I watched that first game, and I'm all pumped up about it. And when the World Cup is over, I don't care anymore. So I'm hoping that in that same kind of stage where it's a World Baseball Classic, that same kind of hype would be built. But to your point, also kind of contradicting myself here, but we don't know if that's going to be the case, and they're not going to want to take the risk because the stadium's not going to get 44,000 people in there, possibly to watch, an 18-year-old Mark McGuire in 1982 or
Yeah.
whatever,
The only time Marlins Stadium is going to be sold out. They're like, let us have this.
But yeah, I mean, there's something has to be done, and I was
I don't
talking
think
with
anything's going to be done.
a friend of mine totally disagrees. He thinks that this is great and it's this consequence and it would happen anyway, which I think is BS because like one of you guys said, he would not be celebrating like that in a spring game. So no, it
Yeah.
wouldn't have just happened. Somebody online said, "Oh, he could have done his stepping out of a bathtub." Yeah, and you can get hit by a bus crossing the street. But if you don't cross the street when you're not supposed to, it's less likely to happen.
Less likely that the bus is going to come up on the sidewalk.
Well, you never know these days, but yeah. No, but I just think that they're putting themselves carelessly at risk. I think is disrespectful to the commitment they made to these owners who committed a lot of money to them. And you have some of these other players like a Nimmo. I don't know if he was invited or not, but Verlander, Scherzer, they decided to commit to the team that's paying them all this money, and I just think that same respect should be across the board. And to those who know me and say, I was so happy about USA winning. Of course, I'm happy when USA won. Of course. Why would I not be? However, I have never liked the WBC and the fact that the major league players are in it. Going way back to David Wright, I remember being terrified about David Wright playing. And you two know we've had these conversations back then. So anyway, that's my stance, and just it is what it
So
is.
I agreed with like what you were saying, outside of the whatever players, college and whatever, because it's just not going to draw. I don't think anything is going to be done. I don't think anything should be done necessarily, from a major league standpoint. I think timing sucks. I think it's that should be moved to November. But just like in any basketball in the Olympics. The Paul George, he fell off the side, his shin went through his leg and everything, and then he go back and play the championships two years later.
It was fun,
So,
that first dream team, the NBA, but that got stupid too after a while, in my opinion. It's just
I don't think so. I thought that was fun.
think so.
I thought that was a lot of fun.
The dream team was fun with Barkley and Jordan, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and the World Baseball Classic this year has been fun too. Outside of one moment.
Bohan, Terzio, we're all Met fans in this room. Get along, guys.
What are they saying in there? Get fun.
Bohan said, "Get over it." He's probably talking to me.
He's talking to you, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
All right, so let's move past this and into the problem solving portion of this. David Robertson, Brooks Raley, who just brought in from Tampa. They are talking. A number of teams went to go watch Zack Britton. Apparently, it went well. He's got some good stuff still. And Adam Ottavino. So you've got four guys who can potentially step in, not nearly as dominant. I don't remember Rain Man, but obviously none of them compare to Diaz. But you can piece this thing together. One guy who I heard, I don't remember what show it was on, but who was the Astros closer last year? That won it all. Who was the Braves? Who was the Dodgers closer? And they've gotten far. So there's a pathway to still have a great freaking season, even without the most elite closer in the game.
Built, Farace. That's how those teams were built. Who was the Yankees closer when they went on their run in the mid '90s? That's how that team was built, with a great closer. We were built having.
But they also had Jeter, and Posada, and Brocious, and all these other guys.
No, we're not built to just have Edwin Diaz as our primary closer, because otherwise you wouldn't have Adam Ottavino on there. You wouldn't have this guy Brooks on there. You wouldn't be trying to get Zack Britton. These guys are proven closers already. So you wouldn't. Our team is not built like that.
I hope I'm wrong.
No, it's not right or wrong. It's what you see in front of you. Don't you see the guys they've signed? These guys are ex-closers. Robinson's an ex-closer. So all these other guys. So they kind of try to set themselves up.
It's built to. It's what Keith?
I'm sorry. I was gonna say no. You're right, and I don't think we're screwed, but I do think we took a step back.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. And that's my point. We were
best closer in the league.
Yeah, so that's
now you're gonna have to take other parts of the team and make them a little bit stronger. Look for more offense. Try to get more runs on the board, because we're not gonna have that dominant closer.
Loogie. But listen,
Boricua before baseball. Come on,
traitor.
Shaggy Balls says Boricua before baseball.
He's 1/4 Boricua, okay? It's not that much, okay? He can stay over there in San Diego.
Right, so I think Diana Bryce Montes, he's got an elbow issue. I don't know if he is.
Tyler Megill. How about that guy that's on our squad that's throwing 98, 99 now? He can come in and throw an inning or two and get him in the bullpen.
Well, that's one other thing that we're going to talk about. They're actually trying to stretch him out to become get into starting, which is why Verlander took the backfield.
Not anymore. Peterson's going to have to be the other starter, and that's it, because Tyler Megill, they're going to need him. Peterson can't, but he can't be in the bullpen. He proved it last year. He sucked in the bullpen.
Megill was.
I'd rather have him as a starter.
The bullpen too, though.
He throws 98 though, 99. Let him be a little whack. Let him scare a couple of people.
I see Megill. I see Tyler as more of a bullpen guy, potential closer in the future. I really do. And I see Peterson as a crafty. Well, because like you said, he can come in and he can power his way out of an inning. And I see Peterson as like a crafty
and also
lefty
his attitude.
starter.
His attitude, Keith. He has that demeanor. They call him what do they call him? So the big slow, or like he's really calm or something like that. He's unemotional.
Oh yeah.
That's what you want. He has a nickname. I forgot it.
What'd you say?
I don't know. The big slow. I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah, the drip.
The drip. Yeah, sure. The drip. The big
get out of here.
That's a great closer.
Harvey's begging for a job. That's what he's doing right now. Well,
Yeah, I'm glad for
the Mets
Harvey. I hope
announced
he
that
has
David
success over there, and I
Sorry.
hope
Trevor Bauer.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to step on your
Trevor Bauer
toes.
went to the Tokyo
Tokyo,
Tomahawks.
yeah.
You
I was
don't
just saying.
think he'll come right back so fast if
No,
the Mets say come over here? What's wrong with you?
I was just gonna say with Dark Knight. I'm happy for him. I hope he has
Don't call
a
him that
really
no
good
more.
run with Italy. But I mean, what kind of success is he gonna have? The guy can hardly hit 90 anymore. He's not a major league pitcher in my opinion anymore. And if he is,
The
I hope
Dark
somebody picks him
Light.
up and he proves himself. I have no issues with Harvey. They want to sign him as a AAA backup, okay, but I just don't think
He
he's.
spent last year in the minors of the Orioles. And
Yeah,
of the
I don't think he's a
Orioles,
major league
dude,
pitcher
he
anymore.
can't crack the starting lineup of the
I
Baltimore
wish him the
Orioles. Are
best.
you
I
kidding
have
me?
no issue with Dark Knight. Dark Knight left all his heart on a mound, especially in
The
2015.
music is gone,
Um,
buddy.
All that
but
cocaine too. So for the
Casey
that wasn't a
Jones.
rosin bag, buddy. There wasn't any rosin in there.
He was bleeding out there, man. He did his thing. He was bleeding. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter how he got to bleed.
How we
but
got blood
he
is
was
blood, all right.
bleeding.
Blood is
Blood
blood.
is blood.
He did an Artie Lang on the mound.
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I
All
watched
right,
that the
so
other day. That movie never gets old.
did you?
Yeah, I did.
All right,
when
so
he pumps it up when he pumps up his crotch with it, it's terrible.
crotch
Anyway,
shots.
reading.
So
Never
they
mind.
have. So it looks as though they're going to be stretching out both Peterson and Megill to start at least for the first 2 to 3 weeks with Quintana out, obviously for 3 months, and they're
I told you,
gonna.
Farace, and you got mad at me when I told you.
I didn't get mad at. I didn't get mad
As
at you.
soon as he got hurt, I told you, oh, there it is, All-Star break.
You got mad. I saw you jumped on WhatsApp on our group chat, and you were yelling at him, and you
jumping
had
through,
tears in your
bro.
eye. You were crying. You were crying, bro.
And they're gonna ease Senga in
Robin.
to he's used to pitching once a week over in Japan, so it'll be a 6-man rotation. Looks like at the start here.
He's got a messed up finger, right?
What are we?
Which finger is it? This finger or is it this finger?
I don't know which
this
finger.
one. He sat on it, and then it was the rotating part that hurt.
Oh,
ask MLB to pay Edwin Diaz's contract. All right, Isaac is chiming in on Diaz. Psychology, impact, and intimidating aspect of Diaz coming in is lost. Everyone can't handle the pressure of ninth or big moment. Hopefully, we'll build up a bullpen that gets out while not as spectacular as long as it's 3 out. Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying earlier. But two of those guys have been very good closers in the major leagues, so they have what it takes. Robertson was in New York. He helped take the Phillies to nearly a World Series championship last year out of the pen. So hopefully we get some of that. I'm not saying that we're going to get exactly that dominance, but
Bullpen's got to manage. Now we know what we have. We have a good manager, so
I think we have a really good pen, but I also think Philadelphia bolstered their pen. I think we have a really tough team in Atlanta. So, my hope is somebody just comes in and steps up. The whole closer by committee thing sometimes is. I would like to see somebody come in and just kind of own that spot. But let's see. Buck is a very wise baseball manager, so we'll see what he comes up with.
Yeah, and we'll see some of these injuries kind of start moving through. As far as some of the opening day decisions that they're gonna have, Baty continuing to rake and playing stellar defense, looking smooth at third base, while what's his name is playing Venezuela, United States on Saturday down in Miami. So Baty, Mauricio, both making bids to make the club. Rodriguez, Baty. What do you think? If you're a big decision maker in this club, what are you thinking come opening day?
You know how I feel about bringing up the young guys, letting them play, man. I'm all for it. I like Escobar. I didn't like the fact that he waited till the end of the year to heat up because he is a streaky player. He's a 240 hitter with some home run pop, and he's very enthusiastic and he loves to run around and all that stuff. Great. But give me a guy that hits 270 for the whole year and just plays his position and does his job, you know? Oh yeah.
That's the name of the segment,
Yeah,
Rough Talk.
Just like
there's gonna be some rough talk soon.
yeah.
Because
Before we get into rough,
that
you
guy's
know,
gonna get it. I think
I-
Baty can play now. He can play right now.
he's gonna be.
He's gonna get some rough something.
I'm just hoping he's
Anyway.
a Tyrannosaurus X Met. But Baty, like I said last week, right? What I said last week, Baty step up. Here's your chance, right? With the WBC and Escobar being out. Escobar to me is like offensively, he's kind of a little bit of a lesser Conforto. Super streaky. He'll get you some power. He'll get some big hits. He's a great clubhouse presence. And it's not a knock on Conforto. I mean, Escobar's a great guy on a team. I love having him on a team, but you know,
Why
do
are
you
we
want
knocking Conforto? What happened there?
I didn't knock Conforto. I'm just
How
saying.
dare
that
you say those things about Michael
I'm saying
Conforto?
comparing him to Escobar is not an insult. It's a good thing. I think, you know, when Conforto before he got hurt, a little bit more power.
Kind of
but
is an insult.
Well, he's streaky like him, right?
He should be better.
He'll go like 30 games where he strikes out every other game, twice two at bats. And Escobar's kind of the same. And then all of a sudden, Escobar is just boom. He'll hit 4 home runs in a week and then go back on the same streak. And Conforto did that same kind of crap. So if you look at Baty, he's the new shiny object. The guy's hitting 400. He's getting base hits. He's showing some drive on the ball, and he's showing some defense. There's another thing I said last
leather
week.
out there.
He needs to shine some leather. We got into that whole chaps talk, but you know, he's starting to show some ability. So I say give the kid a chance.
Jack is saying you're going to see.
That's why Escobar's playing the outfield, guys. He's playing the outfield so he can play any position on the team. Because Baty's going to take over at third.
If
he
obviously,
he could come up with the team and play third base, and he doesn't even have to play every day. A lefty comes up, bring in Escobar. There's going to be plenty of lefties during the week. Plenty of times he's going to play.
That's
that's
what George is saying. Look,
yes,
let the rookie
3
play.
games a week, slide him in at DH. Because listen, we brought in a guy last year who was a righty specialist against left-handed pitchers, and he sucked. And he's continuing to be out there. When we have a guy in-house in Escobar who can do well at righty DH, play the field a day or two, or whatever the need is, right?
Roughest limp wrist is going to get him thrown back to the minors or released. So he's, know, I don't know. He's done. Don't worry about Ruff.
Isaac said Mauricio and Baty are starters, and I totally agree. But I think Baty can be a starter. It's just he's not going to be starting in the field every day. He's going to either be DH or he's going to be in the field. But either way, he's in a starting lineup every day, just about. I think you could put him in 155 games.
They should start Mauricio in the outfield.
Mauricio should be starting left field. Yes, I love Canha, but
they should let him. Yeah, absolutely. He should share
Canha
with
in
because he can hit lefty.
Mauricio DH, Baty in. You know, they can be switching DH. Get rid of.
The DH helps us. You know, ridiculous amount here.
I mean, whatever. I like Vogelbach. He was.
What's Vogie do? What's he been doing in spring? I haven't even
know.
He does these salads and he still can't swing past his elbow. He's like, he still can't swing. Come on,
listen. Jack's talking about, and Jack's completely right here. We've already seen it through spring training.
Jack is off.
He's not off this time, but he said you're going to see higher batting averages this year because of the shift rules. Absolutely. And Mauricio, the next Jordan Alvarez. Oh, okay. For Terzio, catching up on the comments, it's on the internet. Edwin Diaz's brother may become available. Listen, I watched this guy be so wild, I can't deal with it. He was so wild before.
No, you know what else was on the internet?
This is all.
He was Diaz from 2019.
Yeah, I saw on the internet also they took Alexis Diaz's tears and they rubbed it on Edwin Diaz's knee, and he's going to be starting next week. He's a starting pitcher.
I heard they dug up Mr. Miyagi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I can't tell you how many times I watched that movie. Vogie's batting 261.
Yeah, exactly.
Vogie's batting
Oh, dude, who
261.
gives a rat's ass?
I asked.
Batting?
Well,
He'll
he
be
asked.
released. He's like $1 million. Put him in the minors and give the spot to Mauricio. Get rid of that.
Hey,
He's
Nine
got 4
useless
RBIs, no home
person.
runs.
Come on, he can't even play a position.
Yeah,
He can't swing the bat.
like he's a full on like I
He's
get
a full-on
it.
mascot.
Sometimes
He's a full-on
he's
waste
a
of
full
money.
on DH
Mascot.
He's taking up a roster spot just to be a DH.
Let's have a
So him
baseball
and
player.
Ruff.
No, yeah, goodbye. The same way they came in, it's the same way they can go
Hit
out.
the road,
So
Jack.
Yeah.
Ruff has no presence this year.
No presents for Ruff.
Can you see that? Because I know you're on your phone.
why?
Can you see
Why?
Can
Why?
he see that on his phone, Faraj?
Can I see?
I don't
what?
know.
I
That
can't
you're
see any
Santa?
chats.
No, it's not chat. Can you see your name?
I could see my name, yeah.
And then underneath
You
it,
see under it?
it's really small on phones. I know.
It's really small on the phone. Yeah, it's a little small, but let me
It
see
says
if I can
Santa
make
with a
it
question
bigger.
mark.
Somebody put Santa with a question mark.
Oh, okay.
It's our,
All right.
producer.
Well,
Producer
listen.
Joe he's on point.
I just have, what do you call that spackle that you can put on things and seal it so that there's no air coming through? Yeah, we'll talk
Air's
later.
important,
you keep
too.
Putting, you
Careful,
keep putting
Producer Joe.
little funny name. See, he's not getting out.
Susan says bye to Ruff. He had 2 hits the other day. That's it. That's double the amount of hits that he had all last year that we brought him in for. And we traded JD Davis and 3 minor leaguers for it. Sorry. All right, let's
That's a
continue
really bad
on here.
move. Let's let that one go.
That was a bad move.
You'll feel
bad
better.
move.
You'll feel better.
Bad GM. Bad Billy Epler.
No, not
Six
bad
of flat.
GM. Just the bad.
Pow,
The player
pow.
choke. The players
Pow,
should have
pow.
done what they've done before, but let him go. See ya.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Yeah, if he would have just played the way he has
To his
always hit
average,
against
he would
the
have been
lefties,
good. Would have been a
you
good
know,
deal.
what was it?
You
Like
could
a
tell
360
Farachi's
clip?
married to a Latina because he just said papao twice.
Pop out.
That's what I call the water
Listen.
bottle papao to my dog. You want papao? And I spray him with the water bottle.
Terzio, Ruff is hitting fourth.
Dog
Ruff has
abuse.
been hitting fourth for 2 weeks since the World Baseball Classic started. They are just doing this to say, hey, we gave it a shot. We tried. Done. All right,
He'd
let's
get on
let's
base
get into
better if he just threw himself in front of the baseball.
Yes.
By.
Yes.
Listen, he's a great mascot. You know, if there's room on the team, which there won't be, great. He's a great clubhouse guy, but we're not looking
Mrs.
for
Met doesn't want him.
great guys, smiles and laughs. We're looking for W's.
Mr. Met.
We're
You
looking
know,
for
number
W's.
that's the number of wins is a lot more important than you know
You're
how
right,
cute
man.
you
You're
look
right.
trying to hustle around the
Rough
bases.
and ready. I'm rough and ready.
Speaking of
All
hustling
right.
around the bases, did you see the speed? How he opened up on the inside the park home run?
Well,
Our
go back.
very own Francisco Lindor. That dude.
Yeah.
I mean, we watch him all
Home to
year.
home.
It was
15
wonderful. It was
seconds.
wonderful.
But watching
And it
him
would've
just
been-
open up like that.
It would have been quicker if he didn't think that it was a single, which the whole stadium, the whole world.
Well,
Every
single.
year we have Lindor, I'm loving him more and more.
I'm loving it. All right. Speaking of loving it, opening day and has been announced. Max Scherzer gets the nod for opening day in Miami, and
Mhm.
Justin Verlander gets the nod opening day, the home opener at City.
Which
both
is interesting, right?
against
Because
the
8
Marlins,
days
I think.
later.
Yeah, and it's because I think they are gonna go with that 6-man rotation, and I think they have 1 day off, or no, it's 8 straight days. I think it is. So
yeah.
8 straight starts. Oh, and let me just say that's not everybody's complaining about that. Not everybody, but I'm hearing rumblings of people complaining about it. Some
I
people.
like it.
I love it because and if you go back and watch all our shows after opening day, I'll always say I hate that we have the next day off. I hate that we have the next day off, and now we get to
Just
see
play.
Mets baseball.
Just
Mets
And then the
baseball,
following
baby.
series, you get a day off built in because of potential weather,
It's so annoying.
and it
In the
ruins
first
any
3
kind of
days, it's like-
continuity. You got to use this pitcher, that pitcher. You got to piece shit together.
right. And the first 3 games takes like 6 days to get.
It's cold. People pull
And then it
hamstrings.
rains.
However, we have domes here, Miami,
There's a
and
dome
we
in
have
Miami,
dome up
right?
in.
But that did
there's a
nothing
dome
to help
in-
Diaz's knee. Just saying.
That is right. However, Miami is the only dome that was ever rained out. That works out.
That
Yeah,
figures.
how
That's-
stupid
that-
are
Remember
those
that the
domes?
first
How
season?
can they get rained out in a dome stadium? Bunch of morons.
Only the Marlins. Only the Marlins.
Only Jeter led team could do that.
Well, he's not there anymore, so that's what I'm worried about. That they might actually get.
He'll always be leading them because I'll always hate them.
Yes. Well, now he's gonna be doing games on ESPN.
Oh, wonderful.
All right. So, do we agree with
Him
this?
and A-Rod doing games.
Scherzer going opening day, and Verlander obviously going game 2. Rodriguez, you good with that? I mean, you can't go wrong, right?
Listen, if I'm Buck, I give the respect to the guy that was here last year. You're talking 2 aces. I give it to Mad Max to start the season, and then try to work it out so that Verlander can pitch the home opener. And then if he doesn't pitch a home opener and it's Max again, it is what it is. Get over it. Just win the next game. That's how I would manage.
Oh yeah,
Jacoby
and then you're gonna get
Ellsbury,
Verlander,
Darren Ruff, and James McCann on the FBI's most wanted list. Frank
for stealing. Add Jason Bay to that, not for thievery.
Oh, so many guys that stole money from us. That's not even funny.
That's a lot of them.
The whole 90s, we were getting stuck up every other week in the 90s.
O'Neill comes in, with the ski mask on,
and he comes back every year. I don't know why they can't catch him. He comes back every year on the same day, and he still gets away with it.
I liked Jason Bay though better than Burnett's because at least Bay had the consideration of not playing mostly. Burnett's played, and it was just terrible to watch.
And then Burnett's went to where was it, Milwaukee?
Oh, it had like 78 home runs and 476
it was hitting like
RBIs.
38 home runs a year for the next 10 years. What happened? That's Met life. That's Mets life. That's what Met life. Anyway.
So it's the Marlins series is likely setting up, and obviously we got 2 more weeks to dig into that. But setting up as Scherzer, Verlander, is it going to be Senga, number 3, and then we'll see.
Senga said he's going to make it.
Yeah, he'll be ready to go, and then you'll likely get who else we got? We're going to have Peterson out there, Megill.
What about Carrasco? You forgetting Carlos Carrasco?
No. Never forget Cookie. And the only thing I'll say about Cookie, I hope he gets through his first inning yips that he had last year. Settle down.
But how many games did he win last year?
No, I love Cookie. I'll
take a one run yip every inning if he goes the next 6 and he zeros people out like he was doing last year.
What our offense should be doing, because last year I think our offense underperformed as much as those numbers looked amazing. But what our offense should be doing, if he gave 3.5 runs and pitched 5 or 6 innings every time, in my opinion, he gives us a chance to win every single time he's on that mound. But we'll see.
Correct. Cookie? Yeah. I mean, what did he win? 15, 16 games for us last year. I'm more than comfortable with that. But I was just trying to see in my mind that that's the 6th through, and then you start again with Scherzer, and then
did you tell me that you lost your mind?
I did.
Why are you thinking so far ahead? Are you gonna kill it? You're gonna make yourself nuts.
No. And no, I'm thinking that's the rationale. Is it's those 6, and then Scherzer hits that last Brewers game, and then Verlander hits that first Citi Field game. Mm-hmm. Reporters have a what? Terzio, reporters have a death. Steve Cohen. Reporters have a death. Steve Cohen a few days ago was watching Japan.
You're adding letters.
Oh, reports. Oh, reports have a death though. Still death.
No, it still don't make sense. But
okay. Okay. I know exactly what you're saying though. Cohen it was today. Hey, let's fly out to Japan on my private jet.
Did he really?
I think it was this morning's Japan and Italy. Japan beat Italy to knock them out, and the talks were that he wanted to go see Ohtani play, which who wouldn't, right? So let's not read into that. There's already speculation that there's going to be like a 5-for-1 deal, $600 million. Like,
when did he have to fly out to go see that?
I don't know.
Was it before or after Diaz got hurt? I'm asking.
Oh, I don't know. Well, it was this morning. I think the game started.
Where did they play? Tokyo
this morning.
So he would have had to fly out well before Diaz had gotten hurt. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Which
why
was
I'm
it
asking.
was about 11 o'clock last night. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's why I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah. And then listen, Cohen comes out with that text saying that Edwin Diaz is a great human being. That's all fine and well, but we still got to win on the field. All good. He is a great human being, fantastic. We love him. Hope come back next year. I don't know. He's going to be perfectly fine, but we're going to win it on the field. That's it.
I'll be honest.
The text message from my son said, "We got this."
Adrian said that. Oh, we're good.
Yeah. I
So
sent him. I don't know if you saw. I sent him the screenshot of Diaz being out for the year.
I was probably driving home in traffic. I'll be honest.
Whoa.
If he's going to be
St. Patty's Day, back it up. Back it up to that green. This is somebody get a beat going. Do.
Let's see.
Damn, there's so many options on this thing. I was just looking for green.
For those of
again.
you listening on the audio only, Rodriguez is at a rave right now. And I can only imagine what producer Joe's going through. You know, you said that you put those 2 holes in the wall, and he's just seeing these colors. Just shut up. You got him.
I'm trying to give them that thing that they do where people can't see bright lights and stuff, and they have seizures. If I
Glory
hear a
hole?
big thump, I'll know it worked.
Those are glory holes. So I think that.
Oh my God, what is he talking about?
I was just asking
Goo.
a question.
Off
I
the rails.
Glory hole.
I think that.
All right,
I think that we need to refocus. Focus.
Keith, I thought you were going to say something.
I was, and I totally lost it because I got lost.
I was just waiting. You're like, I think that we should.
You could tell. You could tell he
felt
just warned it off somewhere.
Because I was trying not to crack up at my own joke too hard, and then I totally lost speed of what I was trying to say.
All right, listen. I think we've covered the meat and potatoes here of what's going on in Met World. We've got 2 weeks left before opening day. So next week we'll bring in some more action here, along with and then the following week we'll get into our predictions. And then that Thursday is opening day, baby. Opening day, baby, for the 2023 World Series champion New York Mets. Keith, you have anything?
Oh my God!
To
what
talk
a whammy.
to our people? Anything on the way out?
Yeah. It hurts. The Diaz. It hurts when I pee. It burns.
The North remembers. Yes, it does.
Then the toilet looks like egg drop soup after. I'm not sure why. And I'm really concerned. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I
drink
see a doctor about that.
It hurts. It hurts that Diaz is out. As a fan, not just because of the expectations and the challenges that's going to present to the team, but just how fun it is to watch him come in, run down that field and strike out the side. What a great player. I think it's a detriment to Major League Baseball. And that's why I'm against a lot of these players playing in WBC. They say the WBC is great for baseball. Well, losing Diaz for 162 games is negative for baseball more than it is good for WBC to have him in
just
it.
for us.
And baseball in general. The guy is electric. He's so electric. People hate him. People love him. Most people who are not Met fans don't love him. But I just think that he is. He's a huge plus to the game. He's a draw. He's attracted people to.
He's attractive, huh? He's attractive.
No, he's attracting.
Really?
He is. He's very attractive. Okay. His little hook nose. He's attracting people. They tune in the Mets ninth inning to watch him close out a game. He's bringing a lot of fans and a lot of excitement, and that's gone for the whole year. So I think it's a shame. But on that note, I do think that we have a lot of talent on the team. It doesn't put us out of contention. Just makes things a little more challenging. So I just hope the Phillies and Braves have a lot of injuries to offset that, and we win a division. Keith out.
Wishing evil on the other teams is fantastic.
Yeah, you know what?
Good job, Keith. I have no problem.
First of the year, Rodriguez. First of the year. I just want to say to the Braves, I'm going to do it. To the Braves, to the Phillies, Marlins, you're not worth it. I hope that your health, fuakata to your health, fuakata to your health, fuakata to your batting averages, fuakata to everything. I hope you suck 60 wins for each of you. I hope the Marlins are better than both of you, and we're in first
I like
place.
it.
Okay,
Boom.
that's a very, very nice wakata to start off the year. I like
Yeah.
it.
Enjoyed it.
I like it. Let's do it. Let's
It's
do
a
it.
high
together.
hope fuakata.
Santa
'Cause
Rodriguez.
We're gonna be fine. And if you call me Santa Baldy, I'm gonna stop calling you
He's-
Baldy.
You can call me Baldy. I'm
I
bald.
don't.
Rodriguez,
I don't want to
Rodriguez,
call you Baldy. You know
Producer
what?
Joe called you Santa.
You know what?
Producer Joe
Okay,
called you
producer-
Santa. He put the Santa down there.
Producer Joe, who? Who's that? Who's that? Come on. What's he gonna do?
He's
Take
the guy
me off
behind
the
your
air
glory hole.
again?
No.
Here
Happy
we go.
wall.
No,
All
the
right,
glory hole,
Rodriguez.
the glory
Close
hole.
this.
Why do you
What you
keep
got?
talking about glory holes?
If you call me
He
Santa.
changed it. He changed
You're
it.
the one that said you put holes in the wall for him.
They're not glory.
I don't know what's going on in your
They-
house.
I'm not preaching or anything.
Terzio says Merry Christmas, Rodriguez. All right, Rodriguez, what you got?
All right, I'm just gonna say that we're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna have a lot of closers. Conan's gonna buy whoever we need to buy. We're gonna get what we need. We'll be fine. Everybody
Do that.
loses a key player every year. It is what it is, man. Suck it up, Buttercup. Stop whining, Met fans. Diaz is gone. Live it. Suck it up.
Don't tell producer Joe to stop whining like that.
He's a whine. He is kind of a whiner. He really is. He's gonna come on. Oh no, Steve. I know. Matt,
Sound more like
really
Eeyore than
like he
producer
thinks
Joe.
so
Eeyore?
much
Is
about
that
it.
Eeyore?
I'm thinking about all these incredible things about the Mets, so I have to say them really.
If you call
Oh,
me Santa,
Muted it
I'll
out.
get upset.
Producer Joe Terzio says 102 and 60 for the Mets. We will not reveal what we believe our record will be just yet. But that's Terzio's 102 and 60. Producer Joe, anything positive? Glass half full.
I know.
That's a no.
Diaz is a swagger. That's right, Isaac.
Yeah, no, for sure. Produce a Joe. You're always produce a Joe. We don't want to produce any more Joes, by the way, Terzio.
Look at you. You have thus produced a Joe. So, it's perspective. I mean, maybe this gives another guy a chance to step up, fill the role, and I mean, it just happened today. I'm furious. I'm disgusted. I feel the same way we all do. Let's give it time. Let's see if somebody steps up. Let's see how Buck manages it. Let's see how Billy manages it. And we still have a great team. It's still going to be a great season. So let's go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
I know, and I know. And I know.
Play the Isaac says play the trumpets no matter who comes out in tribute. Let's you see what's his name coming out to the trumpets? Robertson. David Robertson coming out to the trumpet.
I'm not sure if we replaced GKR, but I appreciate that.
Who said that? Oh, we're
put up
GKR replacements. Absolutely, brother.
No, Gary
A
Keith.
little macho man action there. All right, so look forward to the next couple of weeks where we'll start digging into, players will start coming back from the World Baseball Classic, as I think championship is Monday or Tuesday. Those guys will have to come back and get used to the rules, the Major League Baseball rules that they're not using in the World Baseball Classic, and get ready.
Can I just
Puerto Rico?
I know we're backing out, but real quick, I still don't like the way games can end because of the clock. But watching at bats, because I haven't watched the whole game, but watching at bats in the WBC, I like the clock. I think. Those at bats get ridiculous.
There was a guy, and he a complainer on, I think it was Twitter or Facebook, but he was complaining that the games are now too fast. He's like, I need to enjoy as much baseball as I can. These 2 hour and 20-minute games are not letting me do it.
I'm glad I'm not
I
falling
don't know.
asleep on the couch and I get to watch the game completely before going to bed.
We'll be especially thankful
Drink
on
a
the West
little
Coast
less.
trips.
That's true.
No, you
Also,
gotta
yep.
drink a little more, isn't it?
Drink.
No?
Drink
All right.
what?
All right.
Tennessee
That'll
or
do it for us.
Kentucky? Whiskey, of course. Anyway,
Of course. Of course. Whiskey.
This is very awkward. Move the show.
I was waiting for
It's
somebody
very
to just do
awkward.
the awkward.
Very awkward.
All right, that'll do it for us today. We'll be back next week. We'll talk a little bit more
Well-
spring training, what's going on. Thank you, Timmy, for the condolences. And then the following week we'll get into some predictions, and then opening day will arrive, one of the biggest holidays of the year. Coming up a little bit later on, 9:15 on the Pop Culture Pros Network, Unsportsmanlike Conduct. We'll get into all the NFL stuff, World Baseball Classic stuff, and a little bit of NBA stuff as well.
are you guys going to talk about that retarded signing in? Horrible signing in Las Vegas?
Oh, Garoppolo?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Yeah,
Oh, terrible.
well, for sure.
do
For
that.
sure. All right. Peace out, everybody. Let's go Mets.
Deuces.
End the show.
What about it?